Okay, so we have Ardem back here today to talk a little bit about how he got into the construction business. How did you go from hair to construction?
It's really interesting, I'll tell you. So you
Because
remember
those are two opposite,
different things, right? Yeah.
way different spectrums. Yes.
So I think it was 1999 or 2000. I was just kind of, wanted to seek out something different. Learn something new, because you're not learning anything new. So I've tried to read a book. So I think I read this book. I forget who the author was, but it's basically investing in real estate. So at the time, if you remember me telling you when I first started my assistant program at the salon, my first assistant, she was a great girl. Some tragic thing happened, which I won't get into. Anyway, she needed a home, and she had 2 kids.
Okay.
So I noticed her work was kind of changing, and I knew, things were not, something was going on. So I said, what is it? She said, well, I have to I'm getting divorced, blah, 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 and I have to leave. I have to pull my kids out of school because I have to go. I said, well, calm down. Why don't you find a house where you want to be at? I'll buy it. You rent it for me. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay. So that's what happened. So found a house. First house was, I believe, in the Oak Cliff area, and we bought it. And of course, it needed work.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about construction. I didn't know anything about remodeling. It, zero. So I found this guy. He's like, sure, I'll do it. And it was one thing led to another. They came in, they fixed some stuff up, and I liked his work. So I started using my first house.
That was your first. Okay, that
first
you bought.
house.
Okay,
So,
first investment.
Investment. Yeah,
Okay.
On my own.
Okay.
Before that, whatever business I did, what I invested in, any construction that was done, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to,
Know about it.
Know about it,
Yeah.
exactly. So after we did that house, and I noticed how that was working out, I decided to buy a few more and rent it out to some other. Being behind the chair helped me out. Meeting a lot of people that needed places to live.
Networking is always a
Networking,
good thing.
So I have a new lead every hour.
Yeah.
So I was going for, most of my clients that needed it were becoming single moms with kids. So
or they knew somebody.
Yeah. So that's kind of. So long story short, about these properties, they all needed work.
Okay.
So then I started learning how to do the work, and some of them I did myself, some of them I hired out. Just that's kind of how it started.
Okay.
And basically, after doing a few, I learned a little bit more. Then I started. The remodeling of the salon. I learned quite a bit there. So it was always ongoing. And any business that I got involved with, then I started doing the construction part.
Okay.
But it was never like building something from scratch. It was always gutting it and redoing it, which I enjoyed doing. It was fun. So in that process, I met a lot of people that needed the tenant finish out. They had shopping centers and things, and business would move in, move out. So I went in and did some work for them. Some were gas stations, some were just regular shopping centers.
And you were doing the work, or you were finding the people?
I had people by that time
to
cruise, to go in, to do whatever needed.
Okay.
And some of
just because I know you're very hands-on, but like you can't do everything all the time.
No.
Yeah.
I just delegated.
Okay.
And some of it I designed, which people came to me because of my design stuff, especially when they saw what I did at the salon. They liked the look of it.
Yeah.
Because I did all that by myself.
Yes.
Design.
I remember that. I remember that.
So yeah, that was a journey. So after that, the first home building myself. Before I've done it where I invested in home building with a couple of friends, but again I had nothing to do with it. So first home building myself, a good friend of mine came in where I do a lot of his, shopping centers work, whatever. He said, hey, I have this house. It was my dad's house. He passed away, and I want to remodel it.
Okay.
And we went to look at it, and then we decided it was going to be way too much to remodel. For the money, it was better just tear it down and build new.
Okay.
And basically, that's what he wanted. And I was like, well, I haven't built a new home, but I have a really good buddy that builds new homes. So
Let's do it.
That's what we did. And so not only we built it, we designed it. I'm not an architect, but we as a designer, we designed it. We gave it to engineers to make sure everything was done perfectly, and then we just went forward with it. And it was it turned out beautiful. You saw the pictures.
Yeah.
It turned out really good.
And that was just because your friend said, hey, would you do this for me?
Yeah, initially I went there to remodel. And after we looked at it, I mean, the house was from like 1978. It was going to be too much. And for what he wanted, there's going to be too much work. So we tore it down and built a brand new one. And I love that house. Like, if I ever build myself a house, I'd build it.
Like that one.
I love that house, yeah. So that's kind of how I got into that.
Wow.
Yeah, just, I mean, I'm still doing the construction part of like the business I had before, where we're servicing shopping centers and remodeling. We're doing all that, and I've now I'm able to build a brand new structure, home-wise.
So what do you call what is the name of the business?
Ardem James Custom Homes. My partner name is James.
Custom Homes.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I know.
What's your favorite part of being in the custom home building business?
The favorite part is that I like learning new things, and in this process, I learned a lot of new things, which is great.
Yeah.
I love the design aspect of it, picking the materials, the aesthetics.
Okay.
And just there's a lot of engineering in it. I learned quite a bit on that. I love that part. I'm much more knowledgeable when I see structures.
You look at them in a different way.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Your wife is probably like, would you be quiet about that building right now?
I know. You know, the thing is, it was really nice because in my remodeling business, the people that I work with, they're very, very knowledgeable. My home building business, my partner James, is very, very knowledgeable. He's built a lot of homes. So I always like to learn from people, and you know, he built the house, we designed it, he built the house, and I definitely designed the interior of it, like what it's going to look like, the colors, all that stuff. So together, him and I make a really good team. Yeah. So it turned out really good. I mean, if you asked me 10 years ago I was going to build a brand new $1 million home or whatever, I would have said you're crazy, but here we are.
Well, congratulations. I know. You definitely, if you ever get tired doing hair, you have a backup, right?
There's a lot of backups.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of backup. I think, honestly, I like the idea that
I don't think I've ever met...
You could do different things. And some people say, you know, if you're doing more than 3 things, you're not doing one thing correctly.
Yes.
I disagree.
Well, but you're different. I feel like you're different. I think there's a smaller percent of people. I follow a lot of people online that are businessmen, businesswomen, and they have a couple different things. Some people are really good at that. They're really good at having 2 to 3 things going on at once. Some people aren't. I think that it takes experience first to go through, like what you did, before you jump into other things. It can't be like, I'm 21 and I'm going to start 3 things, because that
would have been bad.
That's bad. But I think that as we get older, we learn what our capacities are, how much we really want to balance, how much energy we want to put into whatever it is, and then you can do it. Like, or then you have the wherewithal to say, okay, I can do these 2 things, but I can't do 1 more, or I can do 3, but I don't want to do 5 or whatever. You choose
what's important to you with your time. I mean, time is the most valuable thing I have right now, especially having kids. You know, so if I'm going to be away from my kids, I want to not only do something for money, I want to educate myself.
Yes.
I want to take myself to another spot that I haven't been before.
Yeah.
So, you know, with the home building thing, I was really excited about it. I'm still excited about it because, you know, it's completely different.
Yeah.
But the most important part of it, it takes you back to like a little bit of hairdressing, where how you communicate with the customer. What is it that they want?
Yeah. Show me a picture.
Or, you know, what are the things that you want? So you have to kind of feel the customer and have to maybe educate the customer, or sometimes learn from the customer. And maybe listen to the customer and sleep over what they want overnight to see, okay, and that kind of makes sense. Just so all those things, you know, it's almost like a at ease thinking.
For you anyways, compared to...
Well, what I mean by that is not to be just stressed out, not to be like, you know, overly thinking about it. If you think about it at ease, that things will always happen, nothing's that important, things will always get done, well, it's different. It makes you a little bit more, it made me more available to do things, to come up with things, to make things happen.
Yeah.
So
You're constantly keeping your brain in a creative mode, even when you may not be at, you know, the salon. Like even when you're with your kids and your wife and you're out vacationing, you see other things that automatically, I'm sure you're like, let me get a picture of this.
I do all the time.
I have a friend that's an architect, and he's always like, look at this and see this, and I'm like, I don't get it, but okay, you know, it's a pretty building, you know, but you look at it from a different perspective now. I mean, especially when you know that you went.
How much somebody thought, pretty much everything you see, somebody put that on paper first. Yeah. Or on a computer.
Yes.
I mean, to me, it's just like living art. Everywhere you go, somebody said there. Whether it looks mechanical or artsy, it's just somebody had to create it. Yeah. Which is really cool. Yeah. And you know, I mean, I look at highways. It's not the same way.
Okay.
I do. I mean, when you think about it, you know, it's somebody constructed that. Somebody had to design it, right? So I don't know. It's the artsy part of me that
really likes
appreciates
that.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you are the artsy at heart, right?
I guess yes. You could say that.
So, would you give somebody the same advice getting into the construction home building business?
I mean, I wouldn't give you a perfect example. If it wasn't for my business partner, I would not be in that business. Okay. If it wasn't for the people, networking, as you said before, is key to find the right people. You have to find your group of people that you trust, that they're going to be there for you. Like-minded. If you don't have that,
it doesn't work.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And like-minded investors and like-minded partners, you definitely have to.
It's not going to happen. And you have to find people who are. It's similar to somebody who wants to open a restaurant, but they don't cook, so they have to find the best chef. Yeah. And you have to have each other's back. Yeah. And be on the same page about everything. Exactly. Yeah. So I have those things in construction. Otherwise, I want to be able to do it. Yeah. I don't want to be the guy who has to find people for every job. Then I would not enjoy the process. Yeah. So you started small with one house, and then you built up over there. Yeah. So now you're. I never thought I would be in this business. It just kind of naturally happened. Yeah. Like, we got to name this. Yeah. I mean, put it this way: if you own a hair salon or just one or two businesses, if you don't know anything about construction, the construction cost and like plumbing, electrical, all it's going to eat your lunch. Yes. So you have to know about that. You have to know. You can't just call the maintenance person or some company, plumbing company, to come help you out every time, because it'll go sideways. Yeah, it's going to go sideways. So you have to have your people that are going to help you, and you're not going to get pretty much overcharged. Yeah. So you have to be knowledgeable about a lot of things when you own business. At least at a high level, to know when you're getting ripped off. Yeah. Yes. First and foremost. So, I mean, in anything I do, it's hard to, in my mind, the crash courses are good, but you have to have a good partner that can teach you, can be by it, so you don't make any mistakes. Yeah. Because when you're in a small level, mistakes are small. On big level, it's big, so you have to be really careful. Yeah. Costly. Time is money. You can't ever get that back. You can earn the money back, but sometimes if things go awry, it's definitely not something that's that easy to earn back. Yeah, money-wise. It's definitely not. I mean, it's completely different than like the hair business. Hair business, you get instant gratification every day. You go in, you do your customers, you leave. Construction is a year long or months long. It takes a lot more decision making, planning, engineering, all that stuff. Process, it's a process, So, and it's so to go from, getting instant gratification every day to being put on a job where it takes a while. Yeah, that's also like a mentally mindset. You have to get it. The best advice I can give in construction that I've learned: work with people that you're like-minded. Not every customer is a great customer. Oh, so when you say work for, you mean like not the customer on the customer side. Jobs, not every job that you take on is good. Correct. Sometimes you get a $2 million job that you're only going to make 2% on. Sometimes you get a $50,000 job you're going to make 15% on. So it's just kind of pick and choose. Is it going to be worth it? Not everything is great. So you have to kind of pick and choose what you're wanting. And because if you take a job that you're only going to make 2%, you might even make less or lose on it. And you're married to that for a year. Oh, yeah. That's not a good thing.
That could be really bad.
I already have a wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
You're married once,
Yes.
and that's it.
That's it. That's it. So,
Good advice.
Construction is really, I think, either you're in or you're not. It's hard I see a lot of people doing, this DIY stuff where they won't get in flipping homes. Those are cool.
Yeah.
You can do it for yourself. That's great. I would do a lot of those to learn before you do a job for somebody else.
That you build from scratch.
Build from scratch. Building from scratch to me is easier than to do a remodel. Remodeling, you find things that you don't know.
Yeah.
Surprise. There's always surprises.
Surprise.
Yeah. So, and there's also a surprise to the customer.
Yeah.
Which, when you're building new, there really shouldn't be that many surprises.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do a few change orders, but everything is just, it's all lined up. I mean, so
no surprises.
It's a lot easier. You can,
a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Change orders, people change their mind on stuff if they want to use this material or that, or maybe change the wall. But it shouldn't be that big. So
for the most part, you love it. This is going on, your first year or second year for the home?
For home building, this is my second year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, second year. So I think I'll have a few more coming up soon. But you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. Like, I love the design process. Just to design it and to see it come to fruition.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see that.
It's like a mini business every time. You get to see it come to life every single time that you're
For sure.
You're
when
building
you put
something
on paper and when you actually start framing it out, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Well, good for you for stretching
it's
yourself and your knowledge of sorts.
Well, a lot of people ask me that.
What?
How do I do it? How do you do the salon and that? There's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah. You get a lot done.
I get up in the morning. I spend time with my kids. They go to school. Then I leave. So by the time I get to the salon, I have 3 hours in the morning. In the salon, I'm not constantly behind the chair all the time, so I have a lot of time on the phone.
Because you've set that up properly, where you have a structure and support.
Exactly. So while my assistants are working, I'm able to do other things. I don't need that much time to myself. I mean, that is to myself. I'm enjoying it. So I don't work Sundays.
Yeah.
And every other day,
you can manage everything.
It happens. I mean, I'm sure if you ask Brooke, she'll tell you otherwise. But
but we'll have to have her on next to see. Have a comparison. Well, I do appreciate you sharing your knowledge on the home building business first. And if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
Just look me up, Ardem James Custom Homes or
.com.
.com. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Salon D.
Okay.
I'm easy to find.
So if you're interested in having a custom home built, you would go to ardemjamescustomhomes.com.
Yeah.
If you're interested in finding out more about Salon D, then they would go to
SalonD.com or just call the salon.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the salon's phone number?
972-788-0975.
And you're also on Facebook, Instagram,
yes.
and all those social media platforms.
I don't have a lot of, as you know, social media platform, but
you do. You have more than most, I think.
I haven't got into that yet. I know I'm a little bit late.
No, you're not.
Yeah, so.
No. I think Rachel's getting you up to speed.
Yeah, Rachel is, yes.
Yeah, shout out to Rachel.
Yes, shout out to Rachel for sure. That's one thing I need to probably give it more time this year.
Yeah.
Put more pictures up and stuff. I mean, I do more hair than anybody.
I
don't put anything up.
I
do construction. I put everything. I put the house pictures up.
Yeah.
Because, I felt like I had to do that one. So.
Yeah, because there was nothing out there. Well, and because you're proud of all your first works, I think. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, it's not it. I don't know what it is. I guess some people like to show everything they do. I just haven't
gotten there yet.
Wrapped my mind around that. I mean, it doesn't seem like I'm having a problem.
Yeah.
So
we'll get you there. Don't worry.
Yeah. I haven't done it yet. So.
Well, Ardem, I do appreciate you being on and sharing your knowledge. And thank you. And remember to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, iTunes, Anchor. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Instagram, all those great places. And until next week, stay positive and keep growing. And thank you, Ardem.
You're very welcome, Kimberly.